So YouTube's doing something where they're standardizing the sort of types of views while keeping the one that actually measures the efficacy of your content. It's not really the topic of today. I just thought I'd throw that out there. That this video is interesting because it'll kind of be the measurement to see how significant the jump in views are, because it'll tell me how many people click on these and then just click away, or they scroll past and they hover over and they see nothing happens besides the GIF spinning, and then they leave. It will be most interesting indeed. I've had a rather important realization as of late. And it's a realization that I think all of us, denizens of the internet, users of the internet, are a part of. The fundamental, and apologies if you can hear all the popping of knuckles and whatnot. It's a habit of mine. The fundamental aspect of human connection. People, and excuse me for beating the dead horse, because I feel like these are things we've already come to a million times, but I gotta give my perspective on it. That we all, maybe not all of us, that may be an overstatement, but many take advantage of the fact that people can say almost whatever they want without any consequences. You would think that that wouldn't really matter if human beings were fundamentally good, which I still believe that they are. I think there is a goodness that can be measured preserving human life. But there are a lot of really rude people here too. It's like that belief that humans are fundamentally good doesn't really work in this world, in this dimension we call the World Wide Web. And I think for the longest time, I've been trying to understand why that is without really having the words to say that, right? Like, why are people so mean? And, you can't form really, really deep and meaningful it's hard to build deep and meaningful connections here, for the simple fact that, like, how I'm talking to you now, this isn't the depth of human interaction. There's a lot of work that the mind does in projection to make up for it. Your imagination fills in a lot of gaps, right? And I don't think anything that you feel is wrong. I think it's quite right. You're feeling it, right? That's undeniable. Pathos is undeniable. But I can't give you a hug. We can't practice consent and me asking if you would be okay receiving a hug from me. And the hug only really ending when one person decides, I'm done, and pulling away. I went to a consent workshop that was also like a cuddle puddle event in a city near me. And I met a lot of really sweet human beings there. A lot of people with a lot of traumatic backgrounds that just wanted to be comforted. And considering the work with my therapist, I fit right in there. I ended up getting to kind of forget about the world for 30 minutes while kind of resting with this very nice lady. And I kind of expected like a great pathos, a great like uprise of emotion, a catharsis, if you will. But I just kind of melted. It was very warm, fuzzy vibes. No worries. And that night solidified in me how touch starved I truly am. I entertained the thought, what would happen if a sweet older lady held me, comforted me, let me rest my head in her lap? Well, that's exactly what I got, and I was quite fine. But the depth of surrender still astonishes me as I talk about this. Like, I really just kind of stopped existing for a half hour. And I have to know I'm confident that this is what I felt when I was like with my mom in church. There's a lot of memes around, if this happened to me, I would be fixed. You won't be fixed, but it'll feel really nice. And you should try to find a workshop like that in your area or around your area because they exist. You're not the only one who's in pain. So you may be asking yourself, Astral, how in the world does this circle back to the internet? Well, I'm getting there. Let me cook. The depth of human connection on the internet is far more difficult, I would dare to say impossible, without physical contact. Because I can't see the expressions on your face. Oh, a camera can solve that. I can't hear your vocal affect. Well, a microphone can solve that. Well, I can't feel your vibe. Is the best word I have for it. And sharing a hug, there really is something like far deeper and far more psychological in human connection that is expressed through something like a hug. Safety, acceptance, worthiness. There is a transmission that happens through an intentional hug, not just something that like, oh, I'll just gently pat you on the back and then I'll walk away. No, like arms around your back, head resting on your shoulder, only ending when one person begins to pull away. Then we detach. No time limit, no start, go, stop, red light, green light, slow light, yellow light. Just when one person feels, I've had enough. If they even want a hug, thank you for taking care of yourself. If you don't want to have a hug, that's totally fine too. You don't have to force yourself. It has been, actually, I don't even really remember the last time I received a hug from anybody that wasn't my dad or my mom. That was like well meaning and not just like, oh, I'm clapping my arm on your back, like all manly and shit, like a proper hug. I never received that before from anybody else. And I would wager there are millions of people right now who haven't either. And millions, within that millions, probably hundreds of thousands who don't go outside very often. And probably hundreds of thousands still who have experienced incredibly negative experiences with the same or the opposite sex. Maybe a lot of trauma around the opposite sex. And so we're all given the same platform to express ourselves on. And the same people who we call well adjusted when really they were just told that they matter. And they internalized that and they got a healthier, I say healthier ego, but they got a different kind of ego from someone that never really was kind of neglected and was kind of convinced in that way that they don't matter. And in that way received a different sort of ego from the world. We both share the same place. And there's virtually no consequence to being mean. So I'll just be mean back to the people who are mean to me. That's within your right to do. That's fine. You're defending yourself. But if we're going to call them the denizens of the internet and that connotation we create, how we other them, call them incel and everything, you should remember too, you use the internet as well. You are also a denizen of it. Oh, I'm not like them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're a denizen of the internet too. You use this place as well. There's no higher or lower here. That doesn't exist. We make that up in our head because it makes us feel better. When collectively, I think all of us could use a walk outside. All of us could use some sun. All of us could use something that doesn't revolve around what we use the internet for. Some creative outlet, some new hobby. Just a promise that you're going to try to see the sun a few more times out of the week. Unless, of course, you live in a dangerous area. I completely get it. Take care of yourself. I was in that spot too, believe me. I get it. But just making a promise to yourself not to become the very same engagement content that Microsoft, that Google, that Amazon, that X figured out in their basement. Anger, negativity drive sales better than joy and happiness. And it became the perfect storm. And how we became so isolated, maybe after COVID, maybe not, I don't know, to just turn on each other. And that division became very profitable. I don't care if you're the VTuber. I don't care if you're the person that's attacking the VTuber. I don't care if you're in support of them. I don't care if you're the mean girl, the nice girl, the nympho, the say so. I don't care who or what you are. We are all denizens of the internet, and we're all content for something bigger. All of us. I don't care how many views you get. I don't care how much money you raised for charity. You are a part of the same system the rest of us are. I am here. I am content. We do a lot of good here, but we're also just as embroiled in all the darkness. what gets the name darkness and then gives darkness itself a bad rep when it's not really the darkness people are afraid of, it's what's inside of it. So the darkness itself isn't so bad, and if you even sit in a dark room, you're fine. I mean, darkness can be pretty relaxing. I mean, I meditate in the darkness all the time, but that's neither here nor there. Now watch as I take a moment to recollect myself, because I do this all the time and I forget what I was talking about. Dang it, man. We're all in this together. And I think the way this place gets designed sometimes, perhaps by intention, perhaps unintentionally by ourselves, who knows? I don't know the answer to that question. If everything here is intentional or not. And whose intention? I have no idea. I can't answer that question. It is what it is. The internet is just one giant pool. We're all swimming in it. We're all peeing in it. We're all pooping in it. We're all trying to clean up the pee and the poop. We're all trying to swim to the very bottom. We're all just trying to coast along the top. Get out of the pool. Just get out of the pool for a while. Go find a consent workshop and just go be around people. You don't even have to do that. Just go be around people. Don't record it. Don't vlog it. Just be there for yourself. You matter too, you know? You're worthy. And you deserve to rest. You don't have to be so hyper vigilant over this stuff. The people here, we love them deeply sometimes, but we don't deserve to treat ourselves like stress bands. Worrying over engagement, worrying over the next collab, constantly being the one checking in on everyone else. You don't deserve to treat yourself like that. That's not what we were made for. We were made to be out in the fucking forest. But you don't have to go out in the forest. You just lace up your sneakers, pick some direction on a trail, and remain to the gravel if you want. Whatever you're comfortable with. Wherever you start is a fantastic place to start. But you don't have to jump off the deep end if you don't want to. I think that's it. I apologize if all my swallowing is making you uncomfortable. I just realized that. Oh, good. I've got a lot of habits that I need to become more aware of when I make these. My body is a machine that just creates saliva. Can't help it. There's a really simple meditation practice that I'd like to leave you with. I won't time this one, but let's make a promise to take 5 minutes after this video and just be. The practice is called Soham. The Sanskrit translation is I am. Think of it like you're sitting closer to who you truly are. After the mind and the body disintegrate, what's left over? The true self, right? Soham, I am. I want you to take a deep in breath, one that fills the lungs. Feel your lungs expand. And as you inhale, visualize the sound so. Hold the breath. I want you to gently exhale through the nose. And as you're exhaling, visualize the sound hum. When your lungs are empty, sit in that space of emptiness for just a few moments. And now breathe in. So fill feel the air fill your lungs. Feel it like roots spreading through your body. Hum. So hum. So hum. And breathe normally. Very simple grounding exercise. When we use the word grounding, we mean removing the static electricity from the body, from the mind, just kind of calming the systems wholesale. So, apologies, I swallowed again, didn't mean to. But that's kind of all I got, really. The best thing we can do for ourselves. I really feel like it's a Buddhist season of moderation. We can talk all we want about health and diet, but the internet diet is really the specific thing I choose to identify here. And that really about does it for me, I think. 5 minutes any time of the day. You could do it right after the video if you wanted. It's up to you. But I'll trust you with this one, my friend. Until next time. Bye bye.